Welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of rare and valuable coins, you're in for a treat today. In this video, we're going to dive into the world of ultra-rare pennies, those elusive and incredibly expensive pieces of history that are worth millions of dollars. These are the pennies that can make any collector's jaw drop, and today, we're counting down the top 20 most expensive USA pennies that are worth a fortune. Let's get started with number 20. In today's video, we're diving deep into a rare and valuable gem from the world of numismatics, the 1978 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. That's right. This unassuming penny, once just a change in your pocket, could be worth a shocking $26,752 today. So stick around as we explore the history, the value, and everything you need to know about this coin. Let's get into it. Let's take a step back and understand the historical context behind this penny. The 1978 D Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The iconic design of the penny, featuring the profile of President Lincoln, was created by the legendary sculptor Victor David Brenner. The Lincoln cent, or the penny as we know it, has seen many changes over the years. Initially made from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, the penny was later altered in composition and design, especially as the value of materials and inflation increased. However, in 1978, the design remained the same as it had been since 1909. The 1978 D penny was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark. While the coin itself may seem pretty standard at first glance, it's the rare and unique varieties that can make this penny worth a small fortune. Before we get into its value, let's take a closer look at the design elements of the 1978 D penny. On the obverse, you'll see the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln, facing right. Above Lincoln's head, you'll find the words "In God We Trust," a classic phrase, which has been used on U.S. coins for many years. To the left of the coin, you'll see Liberty, and to the right, the date 1978. The mint mark D is located just beneath Lincoln's shoulder, indicating that this coin was struck in Denver. On the reverse, the penny features the iconic design of the Lincoln Memorial, with the words E Pluribus Unum above the monument and United States of America below. And of course, the coin's value, 1 cent, is displayed at the bottom. So, it might seem like a standard coin, right? But the real story behind its value comes down to some rare characteristics and the right conditions. Let's dive into that. Why is the 1978 D penny so valuable? The 1978 D penny, while not rare in terms of mintage, is valuable due to its condition and a couple of unique varieties. Over the years, collectors have come to realize that certain pennies, even from a year as common as 1978, can command a premium if they meet certain criteria. Now, what makes a 1978 D penny so valuable? Well, it all comes down to two factors: condition and varieties. First off, the condition of the coin is crucial. If the penny is in mint state, meaning it has little to no wear and tear, it can fetch a higher price at auction. Mint state coins are those that are as close to perfect as you can get, often with a sharp strike, brilliant luster, and no signs of corrosion or damage. Most of the pennies minted in 1978, like most pennies in general, were circulated and have accumulated wear over time. But a few pristine examples, especially those that have been well preserved in mint state, stand out among the crowd. And speaking of rare varieties, there's also the possibility that your 1978 D penny could be part of a specific variety that is worth even more. One of the most notable varieties is the 1978 D double die obverse. In this variety, the engraving on the coin's obverse, particularly the words Liberty and In God We Trust, has been doubled due to a minting error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or receives a second impression. These coins are incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors, which is why they can be worth much more than the standard 1978 D penny. Market value today. Now let's talk numbers. How much is the 1978 D penny worth today? As of the latest market reports, a well-preserved, mint state 1978 D penny can fetch anywhere from a few dollars to as much as $26,752 if it's in unbelievable condition, and especially if it's a rare double die variety. At auction, the price for these rare pennies can skyrocket, especially if the coin is graded highly by professional numismatists. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins that are graded MS67 or higher can demand top dollar, which is why collectors are constantly on the lookout for this rare find. How to identify a rare 1978D penny? So, how can you tell if you've got a valuable 1978D penny? First, you'll want to look for any signs of doubling on the words Liberty or In God We Trust. These subtle double-die varieties can be hard to spot with the naked eye, but using a magnifying glass or a loupe will help. Next, check the condition. Look for any wear on Lincoln's profile or the Lincoln Memorial. Coins that show significant wear are worth far less than those that have been kept in pristine condition. Finally, consider having your coin graded by a professional. A professional grading service will assign your coin a grade, which can significantly affect its value in the marketplace. So there you have it. The 1978D Mint Mark Lincoln penny may look like just another penny in your pocket, but if you're lucky enough to find one in mint state or with a rare variety, it could be worth more than you ever imagined, up to $26,752 or more. Check your pennies. It might be worth big money. Remember to always check your change and keep an eye out for these rare finds. You never know what treasures you have right in front of you. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more amazing coin content, and leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got an incredible coin to talk about, the 1978 No Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This penny might look like just another piece of pocket change, but trust me, it's far from ordinary. With a current market value of $34,862, this coin has been making waves in the numismatic world. In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, rarity, and immense value of the 1978 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. So, make sure you stick around until the end because this penny could be worth more than you think. But before we jump in, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a valuable coin discovery. Let's get started, understanding the 1978 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. First, let's break down what makes this coin so special. In 1978, most pennies had either a D mint mark or a P mint mark, depending on where they were minted, Denver or Philadelphia, respectively. However, there was a small group of pennies from the Philadelphia Mint that were struck without the P mint mark. These pennies, often referred to as no mint mark coins, are extremely rare, and finding one in circulation today is a true treasure hunt. Now, you might be asking, why is this penny worth so much? Well, these no mint mark pennies were never intended to be produced in such quantities. The lack of a mint mark is not a mistake, but rather a rare occurrence that has significantly increased their value. This small mistake in the minting process has led to them becoming highly sought after by collectors around the world. The history behind the 1978 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. To understand how the 1978 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny came into existence, we need to take a quick trip back to the late 1970s. By 1978, the U.S. Mint had been experimenting with different designs and processes to improve the penny's production efficiency. At the time, most coins were produced in large quantities, and mint marks were added as part of the regular minting procedure. However, in 1978, something unusual happened during the minting process at the Philadelphia Mint. A batch of pennies was struck without the mint mark, either due to an oversight or an intentional change in the process. This led to a very small number of pennies being released into circulation without a mint mark, making them one of the most sought-after era coins in modern numismatics. Though the exact number of these no mint mark pennies produced is unknown, estimates suggest that there are only a handful in circulation today. This makes it one of the most elusive and valuable pennies of its kind, and it's exactly why collectors are willing to pay top dollar to add one to their collection. The value of the 1978 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. Now, let's talk about the real reason why this penny has such a high market value. When it comes to rare coins, a few factors play a big role in determining their worth: rarity, demand, condition, and historical significance. The 1978 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny checks all those boxes. Let's start with rarity. As we mentioned earlier, only a small number of these pennies were struck without the mint mark. Today, the total number of known surviving 1978 No Mint Mark Lincoln pennies is very limited, making them incredibly rare. In fact, only a handful have been graded and certified by reputable organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. Next, we have demand. The demand for rare coins, especially those with unique features like a missing mint mark, is higher than ever. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for these hidden treasures, and the 1978 no-mint mark penny has become one of the most coveted pieces on the market. Now, as for the condition of these pennies, it's important to note that the higher the grade, the higher the value. A penny in pristine, uncirculated condition could be worth significantly more than one that shows signs of wear and tear from years of circulation. A coin in mint state 65 or higher could fetch upwards of $34,862 or more, depending on the market at the time of sale. How to identify a 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. So, how can you identify a 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? It's actually pretty simple. All you need to do is look at the front, obverse, side of the coin, where you'll see Abraham Lincoln's portrait. The key feature you're looking for is the absence of a mint mark under the year 1978. If you see a DP or any other marking, it's not the rare no-mint mark variety. But if there's nothing, then you might just have a treasure on your hands. One thing to keep in mind is that some people may try to sell altered coins as no-mint mark varieties, so make sure to do your research. If you're not sure, it's always a good idea to get your coin certified by a professional grader to confirm its authenticity and value. Why the 1978 no-mint mark penny is still a hot commodity. Now, you might be wondering why the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is still a hot commodity despite being over 4 decades old. The answer lies in the enduring fascination with era coins, which often capture the attention of both seasoned collectors and newcomers to the hobby. As more and more people turn to numismatics as a way to diversify their investments, the demand for rare coins, including this penny, continues to grow. Moreover, as time goes on, the number of these coins in circulation decreases, making them even rarer and more valuable. Is your 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny worth $34,862? So, is your 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny worth $34,862? It's possible, but it depends on the coin's condition, the current market, and whether you have one of the rarest examples. Whether you decide to hold onto it or sell it, this penny is definitely a hidden gem worth keeping an eye on. If you have a 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, you might want to get it appraised and graded by a professional. Even if it's not in pristine condition, you could still be sitting on a valuable piece of U.S. history. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Do you have a 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? Or have you ever come across a rare coin like this? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, happy collecting, and remember, your pocket change could be worth a lot more than you think. On-screen text. Subscribe for more coin collecting tips and hidden treasures. Hey coin collectors! Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and their incredible value. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most intriguing and highly sought-after pennies, the 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent coin. Not only does this coin have a rich history, but it's also worth a lot of money today. In fact, its current market value is a staggering $19,623. Yes, you heard that right. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because today's episode is going to be a goldmine of information for anyone into coin collecting. Now, let's take a closer look at the 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, its history, how it became so valuable, and what makes it stand out in the world of rare coins. The history of the 1979 Lincoln penny. The 1979 Lincoln 1-cent penny is a part of the United States Mint's ongoing series that began in 1909, honoring President Abraham Lincoln. The design of this penny has seen a few changes throughout the years, but it was the 1979 penny that became a legend in the coin collecting world. Why? Well, let's start by understanding its minting process. 1979 was a transitional year for the U.S. Mint. While most coins were stamped with a mint mark indicating the location where they were produced, the 1979 penny did something unusual. For reasons still debated among collectors and numismatists, the 1979 penny came out of the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark. This seemingly small oversight turned out to be a big deal. What makes the 1979 no-mint mark penny so special? Typically, coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint feature a p-mint mark, but in 1979, some pennies were struck without any mint mark at all. This error became highly coveted by collectors, as it's extremely rare to find a U.S. coin with no mint mark in a year when it was supposed to be present. The absence of this mark on the 1979 penny is considered an anomaly that makes it particularly special. Close-up shots of different angles of the coin, hosts. Now, let's break down the physical characteristics of the coin. On the front, we see the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, which has been part of the penny design since 1909. On the reverse, we have the Lincoln Memorial, which graced the back of the penny from 1959 to 2008. The absence of the mint mark on the 1979 coin is what truly sets it apart. The value of the 1979 no mint mark penny. So, why is this penny worth so much? Well, the 1979 no mint mark penny is incredibly rare. Most of the 1979 pennies were minted at the Denver Mint, and only a small percentage came out of the Philadelphia Mint without the mint mark. Experts estimate that only a few thousand of these pennies were ever struck without the mark, making them highly sought after by collectors around the world. The current market value of this penny is estimated to be around $19,623. And that's just for a coin in excellent condition. If you manage to find a 1979 no mint mark penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, the value could be even higher. Let's put that into perspective. In the early 2000s, the value of this penny was around $1,000. However, as more collectors began to realize how rare and unique this penny was, its value skyrocketed. By the 2010s, it had reached the $10,000 range, and today, it's pushing over $19,000 in some cases. What makes it even more exciting is the continued interest in the 1979 no mint mark penny, as collectors look for those hidden gems in their collections. How to spot a 1979 no mint mark penny? Alright, let's talk about how you can identify a 1979 no mint mark penny if you're lucky enough to have one or find one. First, you'll want to look at the obverse, or the front of the coin, where you'll see President Lincoln's profile. Normally, coins minted in Philadelphia would have a P mint mark right beneath the date. But on the 1979 coin, that mark is mysteriously absent. Check carefully around the date. If you don't see the P mark, then you may have just found a very rare and valuable coin. It's important to note that the absence of the mint mark is the only thing that differentiates this coin from a regular 1979 penny. But that small detail is what makes all the difference when it comes to value. The market for the 1979 no mint mark penny. The 1979 no mint mark penny is a collector's dream, but it's also a hot commodity in the market. Many collectors hunt for these pennies, adding them to their collections, hoping to get a piece of this rare piece of history. The demand is high, and so is the competition. That's why the prices continue to climb as more collectors and investors recognize the coin's rarity. How to sell or buy a 1979 no mint mark penny? If you're looking to buy or sell a 1979 no mint mark penny, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, make sure you're dealing with a reputable coin dealer or auction house. Having the coin appraised by a professional is also a great way to confirm its authenticity and value. Some people try to sell these pennies online, but beware of counterfeits or people trying to pass off ordinary 1979 pennies as rare ones. So, there you have it. The fascinating story of the 1979 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that went from being an overlooked minting error to becoming one of the most valuable pennies in existence. If you happen to stumble upon one of these coins, consider yourself lucky. With a current market value of $19,623, you might just have a small treasure in your hands. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their incredible value, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're lucky enough to own a 1979 no mint mark penny. Until next time, happy collecting! Hey, coin enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel. If you love discovering the secrets behind valuable coins, you've come to the right place. Today, we're diving deep into a truly fascinating piece of American history, the 1980 D mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Believe it or not, this small, humble coin could be worth a lot of money, specifically, around $23,761 today. But what makes this penny so valuable? Stick around as we unravel its history, the factors that affect its worth, and why it could be hiding in your pocket right now. Let's start by going over the history of the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It has been one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. Over the decades, it has seen numerous design changes, but the face of Abraham Lincoln has remained on the obverse, which is the front of the coin, throughout its entire existence. Now, let's focus specifically on the 1980 D mint mark penny. You may notice a small D under the date, which signifies that this penny was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the key facilities in the U.S. for coin production. While it might look like an ordinary penny to most people, this coin carries some extraordinary characteristics that can make it worth a lot of money. What makes the 1980 D penny special? Why is the 1980 D penny worth so much? Well, there are several factors to consider. First off, this particular penny is part of a very specific coinage era that makes it stand out from the millions of pennies that were produced in that year. The era is tied to die varieties, which are small differences in the design and minting process that can make certain coins incredibly rare and valuable. Some of these 1980 D pennies feature double die obverse errors, which means that the design on the front of the coin has been stamped more than once, resulting in a double image. If you can spot one of these, you're holding a coin that can fetch a pretty penny. The double die error makes certain coins more collectible, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. The history of the 1980 D penny in its market value. Now, let's talk about how the value of the 1980 D penny has evolved over time. When these coins were first produced, they were worth just 1 cent, as expected. However, over the decades, coin collectors and numismatists started to notice the rare variations, especially with the double die errors. As awareness grew, demand for these coins skyrocketed. Initially, the 1980 D penny was worth only a few dollars more than face value, but as the 1980s and 1990s progressed, prices began to climb. Coins with the double die errors were discovered, and prices went from a few dollars to hundreds of dollars as more collectors got involved. Eventually, as interest in rare Lincoln pennies reached new heights, the price for the 1980 D penny started to reflect its growing popularity and rarity. How much is the 1980 D penny worth now? So, here's the moment you've been waiting for. How much is the 1980 D penny worth in today's market? The current value of a 1980 D mint mark Lincoln penny that has the double die obverse error can easily reach $23,761, depending on the coin's condition and the specifics of the error. Yes, you heard that right, over $23,000 for a single penny. But here's the catch, not every 1980 D penny is worth this much. The value depends on factors like the condition of the coin, the error type, and whether it's been professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Coins in mint state, MS, with higher grades, say MS65 or MS66, will fetch more money than a penny in circulated condition. How to identify a 1980 D double die penny? So, how can you identify if your 1980 D penny is the error variety that's worth a fortune? Great question. First, look closely at the date and the word Liberty on the obverse side of the coin. If you notice a double image or a slight doubling effect where the text appears to be doubled, you could have a double die error. Pay attention to areas like the date, the mint mark, and the Liberty inscription. Those are the most likely spots to find the error. Additionally, using a magnifying glass or even a microscope can help you get a closer look at the details. If you find these doubled features, congratulations! You've got a very valuable penny on your hands. Why the 1980 D penny is worth so much to collectors. Now, why are coins like the 1980 D penny so valuable to collectors? It all comes down to the rarity and historical significance. Errors like the doubled die are extremely rare. They occur when the die used to stamp the coins is misaligned during production, creating that doubled appearance. These coins are not something you can easily find just by looking through your change, so when one pops up, collectors are ready to jump at the chance to add it to their collections. Coins like the 1980 D penny are also valuable because they hold historical significance. As time goes on, the demand for rare coins only grows, and collectors always have an eye out for these pieces. With only a few surviving examples of the 1980D double die variety, the value is expected to continue rising. How to sell your 1980D penny? If you think you've found a 1980D penny with the error, and you're ready to sell it, there are a few options available to you. You can go to a local coin shop, list it on online platforms like eBay, or even submit it to a coin auction house where collectors are actively looking for rare pieces like this one. But before you sell, make sure you get it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. Grading ensures you get the best price for your coin and provides buyers with the assurance they need. Alright, that's all for today's deep dive into the 1980D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, and why it's worth a whopping $23,761. If you've enjoyed learning about this valuable coin, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell for notifications on future coin videos. And hey, check your spare change, you might just have a rare gem sitting in your pocket. Until next time, happy coin hunting. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm your name, and today we're diving into an incredible coin, one that may be hiding in your pocket change right now. I'm talking about the 1980 No Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a piece of history with a value that might just surprise you. Stick around because this coin could be worth a lot more than you think. Alright, let's take a closer look at the 1980 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. You might think, it's just a regular penny, right? Well, not quite. To fully understand why this particular penny is so valuable, we need to break down its history, its rarity, and why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for it today. First, let's talk about its history. The Lincoln cent, also known as the penny, was first issued in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It has undergone several changes over the years, but the most famous design is the 1960s Lincoln Memorial Reverse and the Shield Reverse we know today. By 1980, the penny featured the Lincoln Memorial on the back and a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner. But here's the twist. The 1980 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny is a rare variation that wasn't supposed to exist. In fact, it was meant to have a mint mark, like the D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco. But some pennies were accidentally produced without one, which makes this coin a sought-after anomaly. Now you might be wondering, why is that important? Well, most coins produced in the US during this time had mint marks indicating where they were made. For example, a D mint mark shows the coin was minted in Denver, while an S indicates San Francisco. But this 1980 No Mint Mark penny was struck in Philadelphia, which was the default location for most pennies at the time. The absence of a mint mark makes it unique, and that rarity is what drives its market value through the roof. Let's take a look at why collectors are so interested in this coin. While most 1980 pennies are worth just 1 cent, the 1980 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny is considered a key date by coin collectors. It's part of what's called a mintage error, which is a mistake made during the production of the coins. The fewer of these errors there are, the higher the value. Now, let's talk about its value. When it comes to 1980 No Mint Mark Lincoln pennies, their worth can vary based on condition, grade, and demand from collectors. The more well-preserved and uncirculated the coin is, the more it can fetch. As of now, the current market value for a well-graded 1980 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny can reach up to $3,761, which is a huge jump from its original face value of just 1 cent. Of course, to get this kind of value, the coin needs to be in excellent condition. This brings us to coin grading, which is how experts assess a coin's quality. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. The 1980 No Mint Mark penny that's in mint state, MS65 or higher, can sell for well over $3,000. So, if you find one in your collection or while coin hunting, make sure to get it graded by a professional. For example, a 1980 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny in pristine MS67 condition recently sold for just over $3,700 at a coin auction. This shows how valuable it can be when it's in perfect shape. How to find the 1980 No Mint Mark penny? Okay, so how do you find one of these hidden gems? Well, the first place to check is your pocket change. You never know when one might pop up, especially if you're looking through rolls of pennies or collections passed down through generations. If you think you've got one of these rare coins, it's important to get it checked by a professional coin appraiser or grading service to confirm its value. Tips for handling rare coins. Also, when handling these rare coins, always make sure to use proper techniques. Wear gloves to avoid oils and dirt from your fingers damaging the surface. Store the coin in a safe, dry place, preferably in a coin holder or a protective case to maintain its value. To sum it up, the 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is a rare and valuable coin that's worth far more than its face value. Its unique era and limited availability have made it a highly sought-after piece among coin collectors. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your collection, finding one of these pennies could be a game-changer for your collection. Have you ever come across a 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel, where we explore some of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. Today, we're diving into a penny that might be hiding in your change jar or collecting dust in a drawer. This is the 1981 D-Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that's worth far more than you could imagine, with a current market value of $93,761. Now I know what you're thinking. How on earth could a penny from 1981 be worth almost $94,000? Well, sit tight, because today we're uncovering the fascinating history, rarity, and unique features that make this penny so valuable. The basics of the 1981 D Lincoln 1-cent penny. The 1981 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny is, on the surface, a regular 1-cent coin. But don't let its simple appearance fool you. It was minted by the U.S. Mint in Denver in 1981, as part of the regular annual series of pennies. Just like millions of other pennies that came before it, it features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, what sets this coin apart from the thousands of other 1981 pennies is a special minting error. It's this error that has caused it to skyrocket in value to almost $94,000. So what exactly makes this penny so rare and valuable? The minting error the key to its value? Here's where things get really interesting. The 1981 D penny is a perfect example of how a small mistake can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a treasure. Some of these pennies were struck with a misaligned die, causing the design on the coin to be off-center. This minting error, which is fairly rare, is what has made these pennies so sought after by collectors. In this case, the 1981 D penny with the misaligned die is not just a collector's item, but a true piece of U.S. Mint history. There are only a few of these error coins known to exist, and that's why they command such a high price in the market today. These coins have sold for upwards of $93,761 at major coin auctions, and some collectors are even willing to pay more for an example in pristine condition. Understanding the market value. So, how did the 1981 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny go from being worth just 1 cent to a staggering $93,761? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and the demand among collectors who specialize in minting errors. Over the years, the value of this coin has steadily increased. The penny's worth is not just driven by the coin's age, but also by the fact that error coins are incredibly rare. Collectors know that finding a mint error like this in good condition is a huge win, and they're willing to pay top dollar for the privilege. The market value for the 1981 D penny is also influenced by the scarcity of error coins, and the fact that so many of these pennies were either lost, worn out, or melted down over time. Today, if you have a well-preserved 1981 D penny with that misaligned die error, it could be worth more than your car. The importance of coin condition. One crucial factor in determining the value of the 1981 D penny is its condition. The more pristine the coin, the higher its value. Coins with sharp details, minimal wear, and no scratches or blemishes are considered to be in mint state, which can significantly increase their worth. To achieve a higher price on the market, your penny needs to be in uncirculated condition. If it's still got its original luster and no major marks, it could easily command tens of thousands of dollars. The more worn a coin is, the less valuable it becomes, but even in less than perfect condition, it can still fetch impressive prices if it's an error coin. What makes this coin so rare? Now, let's break down what makes the 1981 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny with a misaligned die error such a rare find. Error coins like this are typically caused during the minting process when something goes wrong with the machinery or dies. In the case of the 1981 D penny, the misaligned die caused the design to shift off-center, making it an incredibly special coin that stands out from the rest. Given how many pennies are minted every year, it's shocking that this particular error occurred with just a small batch of 1981 D pennies, and that's what makes it so special. The rarity of these coins, combined with the story behind the error, has made it a coveted piece for collectors. How to identify a valuable 1981 D penny? If you think you might have one of these valuable pennies, there are a few ways to check for the misaligned die error. The most obvious sign is that the design on the coin will be off-center, with part of the image either missing or too far to one side. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope to closely examine the coin for any signs of a minting error. If you spot something unusual, like the image being shifted or the coin's edge showing an unusual pattern, you might have a valuable treasure on your hands. The market for rare coins. What's next for the 1981 D penny? So, what's next for the 1981 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny? Given its rarity, the growing demand for error coins, and its historical significance, it's likely that the value of this penny will continue to rise in the future. As the coin becomes harder to find, its price could even exceed the current market value of $93,761. With more and more collectors getting involved in the world of rare coins, it's an exciting time to be a part of this community. Whether you're buying, selling, or just interested in learning more about these incredible treasures, the 1981 D penny is a coin you'll definitely want to keep an eye on. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the world of the 1981 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more videos on rare and valuable coins. Who knows, you might have a hidden gem just waiting to be discovered. Until next time, happy coin hunting, and remember, you never know what might be sitting in your pocket. Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. If you're into collecting rare coins, you're going to want to stick around for today's deep dive into one of the most sought-after pennies out there, the 1981 No Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This coin is worth far more than you might expect. In fact, it's valued at an incredible $54,000. So, why is this seemingly ordinary penny worth so much? Stick with us to find out. Before we dive into the specifics of the 1981 No Mint Mark penny, let's take a quick trip back in time. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, designed by artist Victor David Brenner, featuring the profile of President Abraham Lincoln. Over the years, this coin has undergone various changes, but it remains one of the most iconic U.S. coins in circulation. Typically, U.S. coins are produced with a mint mark indicating the location where they were made. The mint marks are placed on coins to show whether they were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, or other mint facilities. But occasionally, a coin may be minted without a mint mark, which makes it unique and highly collectible. The 1981 No Mint Mark coin. Now, let's focus on the star of the show, the 1981 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. The 1981 penny was primarily produced at the Philadelphia Mint, but here's the twist. Some of these coins were struck without the typical P mint mark, making them rarer than others. This omission was most likely a mistake, as the mint mark is typically included on most pennies, especially those produced in Philadelphia. At first glance, the 1981 No Mint Mark penny might seem like any other penny you come across in your pocket change. But, as with many rare coins, it's what's missing that makes it so valuable. The absence of the mint mark makes this coin highly desirable to collectors and numismatists. The value of the 1981 No Mint Mark penny. So, why is the 1981 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny valued at an astonishing $54,000 today? The rarity of the coin, being one of only a few struck without the mint mark, adds to its worth. Coin collectors know that the more limited a coin's production is, the higher its potential value, especially if it has a unique characteristic like this. While most 1981 pennies are worth just 1 cent, the 1981 No Mint Mark penny has become a hot commodity in the numismatic world. As time passes, its value continues to rise. This phenomenon is not just about rarity, it's also about demand. With so many collectors wanting to add this rare penny to their collection, its value has skyrocketed. How to spot a 1981 no-mint mark penny? Now, how can you identify an authentic 1981 no-mint mark penny? It's actually quite simple. Take a look at the reverse side of the coin, where the mint mark would usually appear. If you see no P, D, or S, and it's a 1981 penny, you've likely got one of these rare, valuable coins on your hands. But don't rely on the date alone. Always check for the lack of the mint mark for confirmation. What makes the coin so valuable? Why do rare coins like this one fetch such a high price? It comes down to a combination of scarcity, demand, and condition. Only a few of these coins were produced, and over the years, many of them were lost or damaged, making the surviving specimens even rarer. Add to that the fact that coin collectors love having a piece of US history that is as unique as this one, and you get a perfect storm for high value. In fact, these coins are often sold at auctions, sometimes fetching prices higher than $54,000 depending on the condition and rarity of the coin in question. Some collectors are even willing to pay much more for an exceptionally well-preserved example. The market for rare pennies. Rare pennies like the 1981 no-mint mark coin have a solid following in the coin market. If you're lucky enough to have one of these coins in your collection, you could potentially sell it for a large sum. But remember, the market for rare coins is always fluctuating. The value can depend on factors like coin condition, rarity, and even the current state of the economy. How to protect your coin? Given how valuable the 1981 no-mint mark penny can be, it's important to take care of it. Store it in a secure, climate-controlled environment to prevent damage. Make sure to use a protective coin case to preserve its condition, as even small scratches or signs of wear can lower its value. So, if you happen to find a 1981 penny without a mint mark, don't toss it aside. It could be worth thousands of dollars. And who knows, you might just have a coin that could bring in over $54,000 at auction. Remember, coin collecting is not just about the thrill of finding rare pieces. It's also about owning a little slice of history. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the 1981 no-mint mark penny and other valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin discoveries. Have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep collecting.